Aging is often viewed as a slow and steady decline, an unavoidable process linked solely to the passage of time. However, modern science paints a much more complex and fascinating picture. After the age of 40, many people notice that aging seems to speed up, physically, mentally, and even emotionally. This sudden acceleration is not a coincidence, nor is it simply the result of bad luck or genetics. It is the result of powerful biological processes quietly unfolding beneath the surface. In this presentation, we will explore the real science-backed reasons behind why aging accelerates after 40. Through detailed insights into cellular health, hormonal changes, oxidative damage, and lifestyle factors, we will uncover how and why these shifts occur, and most importantly, how they can be influenced. By understanding the mechanisms behind aging, it becomes possible to take proactive steps towards slowing down the process and enhancing quality of life for decades to come. Aging is not merely the passing of years. It is the cumulative effect of countless biological events unfolding within the body. Every day, our cells divide, repair, and sometimes break down. Over time, the body's ability to maintain perfect repair mechanisms diminishes. Errors accumulate in DNA, proteins misfold, and cellular waste builds up. After the age of 40, the rate of this biological wear and tear increases noticeably. Cells that once functioned flawlessly begin to falter, leading to visible signs such as wrinkles, decreased energy, and a gradual loss of muscle mass. Internally, the same processes contribute to a heightened vulnerability to chronic diseases like hypertension, diabetes, and heart disease. Environmental factors, such as exposure to pollutants, poor diet, and sedentary habits, amplify this biological aging. However, genetic predisposition also plays a critical role. While genes lay the foundation, daily choices determine whether those genes are expressed in ways that either slow or accelerate aging. This intricate interplay sets the stage for a deeper understanding of what happens next within the body, beginning at the cellular level. At the core of accelerated aging lies a phenomenon known as cellular senescence. Cells are designed to divide, perform their specific functions, and, when damaged beyond repair, undergo programmed death, a process known as apoptosis. However, not all damaged cells follow this clean exit strategy. Instead, some cells enter a state of permanent dormancy. They stop dividing but refuse to die. These cells are termed senescent. Although they may seem harmless at first glance, senescent cells are far from inert. They secrete a toxic cocktail of inflammatory molecules known collectively as the senescence-associated secretory phenotype, SASP. SASP compounds create a hostile environment for nearby healthy cells, promoting inflammation, tissue breakdown, and even the initiation of cancerous changes. As people age, particularly after 40, the number of senescent cells increases dramatically, outpacing the body's ability to clear them. This buildup of senescent cells acts like a wildfire, slowly but relentlessly consuming the tissue's functional capacity. Joints stiffen, skin loses elasticity, and organs begin to show signs of deterioration. The invisible invasion has begun, quietly but significantly altering the course of biological aging. While cellular senescence silently sabotages the body at a microscopic level, another significant shift is happening on a systemic scale: hormonal decline. Hormones act as messengers that regulate nearly every vital function, from metabolism to mood to muscle growth. After age 40, levels of key anabolic hormones, notably testosterone, growth hormone, GH, and dehydroepiandrosterone, DHEA, begin to fall steadily. Testosterone is crucial for maintaining muscle mass, bone density, and cognitive function. Growth hormone fuels tissue repair, fat metabolism, and energy production. DHEA serves as a precursor for both testosterone and estrogen, and provides anti-inflammatory benefits. As these hormone levels dip, the body enters a catabolic state where breakdown processes overshadow repair and regeneration. Sarcopenia, the gradual loss of muscle mass, sets in, accompanied by increased fat accumulation, particularly visceral fat that surrounds internal organs. Mental sharpness may decline, and feelings of fatigue or depression can emerge more frequently. The hormonal decline is a profound turning point in the aging process, setting the stage for many of the physical and mental challenges associated with later life. Its ripple effects influence virtually every system in the body. Simultaneously, another destructive force gains momentum: oxidative stress. This phenomenon occurs when free radicals, unstable, highly reactive molecules, outnumber the body's natural antioxidant defenses. Free radicals are produced during normal cellular metabolism, but are also generated in greater quantities by external factors such as UV radiation, environmental toxins, poor nutrition, and smoking. When left unchecked, free radicals attack cellular components, damaging DNA, proteins, and lipids. The cumulative impact of oxidative stress is profound. It accelerates the aging of the skin, contributes to the stiffening of blood vessels, and promotes neurodegenerative conditions like Alzheimer's disease. Moreover, oxidative damage lays the groundwork for the development of cancer by inducing mutations in cellular DNA. By age 40, the body's ability to neutralize free radicals begins to wane, making oxidative damage a constant and insidious contributor to the aging process. Building upon the oxidative damage and cellular dysfunction is a state known as inflammaging, a chronic, low-grade inflammation that smolders beneath the surface. Unlike acute inflammation, which is a healthy and necessary response to injury, inflammaging persists indefinitely. This persistent inflammatory state subtly damages tissues and organs over time, increasing susceptibility to a wide range of age-related diseases. Several factors drive inflammaging: the accumulation of senescent cells, a dysregulated immune system, changes in gut microbiota, and an increase in visceral fat. Together, these elements form a feedback loop that sustains and amplifies chronic inflammation. The consequences are far-reaching. Arterial walls stiffen, insulin sensitivity diminishes, bone density decreases, and cognitive functions wane. Far from being a mere byproduct of aging, inflammaging is now recognized as a central pillar in the architecture of biological aging. Don't forget to discover more tips in our next article and join our community. Stay healthy and focused. In parallel with rising inflammation and oxidative stress, subtle but profound changes occur within the gut microbiome. The complex ecosystem of trillions of bacteria, viruses, and fungi that live inside the human digestive tract. By the age of 40, microbial diversity tends to decrease, often due to cumulative dietary choices, stress, medication use, and environmental exposures. This reduction in diversity weakens the gut's protective functions, impairs nutrient absorption, and increases the permeability of the intestinal lining, a condition often referred to as leaky gut. A compromised gut barrier allows harmful substances, such as bacterial toxins, to enter the bloodstream, triggering widespread inflammation. Moreover, an imbalanced microbiome, known as dysbiosis, has been linked to a higher risk of autoimmune diseases, metabolic syndrome, mood disorders, and even cognitive decline. The gut-brain axis, the bidirectional communication network between the gut and the brain, also suffers. Disruptions here can affect mood, memory, and overall mental well-being, creating a feedback loop that further accelerates the aging process. Understanding and preserving gut health becomes a critical, yet often overlooked, component of combating accelerated aging. While genetic inheritance plays a role in aging, It does not tell the full story. Emerging research in epigenetics reveals that lifestyle factors, including diet, exercise, sleep, and stress management, have the power to switch genes on or off. Epigenetic modifications are chemical tags that regulate gene expression without altering the DNA sequence itself. These changes can activate genes that promote longevity and suppress those that drive disease, or conversely, do the opposite, depending on environmental and lifestyle inputs. For instance, chronic stress, a high-sugar diet, and physical inactivity can activate pro-inflammatory and pro-aging pathways, accelerating biological decline. In contrast, practices such as regular exercise, consumption of antioxidant-rich foods, and meditation can upregulate genes associated with repair, regeneration, and resilience. In essence, while one cannot choose their genetic starting point, one can absolutely influence how those genes behave through daily choices. The power to shape the trajectory of aging lies largely in human hands, a transformative concept that shifts the narrative from inevitability to empowerment. Another pivotal process affected by aging is autophagy, the body's natural mechanism for cleaning out damaged cells, proteins, and organelles. Autophagy acts as a cellular housekeeping service, recycling worn-out components to maintain cellular health and efficiency. However, as age advances, especially beyond the fourth decade, the efficiency of autophagy diminishes. This decline leads to the accumulation of cellular debris, which in turn hampers function and heightens vulnerability to disease. Cells laden with damaged materials become sluggish and less effective, contributing to symptoms such as decreased energy, impaired recovery from injury, and cognitive fog. Scientific research has demonstrated that interventions like intermittent fasting, caloric restriction, and regular physical exercise can stimulate autophagy, helping to counteract this natural decline. By encouraging the body's own cleaning processes, it becomes possible to extend cellular vitality and slow down several aspects of aging at the root. As biological stressors accumulate, another critical system begins to falter: mitochondrial function. Mitochondria are the energy factories of cells responsible for producing ATP, the molecule that powers virtually all cellular activities. With aging, mitochondria become less efficient and more prone to damage from oxidative stress. This mitochondrial dysfunction leads to reduced energy production, making everyday activities feel more exhausting. It also contributes to the generation of more free radicals, creating a vicious cycle of damage. Alongside mitochondrial decline, insulin resistance becomes increasingly common. Cells lose their sensitivity to insulin, the hormone that regulates blood sugar levels. As a result, blood sugar levels rise, setting the stage for metabolic syndrome, type 2 diabetes, and cardiovascular disease, all major accelerators of biological aging. The combined impact of mitochondrial dysfunction and insulin resistance represents a deep, systemic energy crisis, undermining physical performance, cognitive function, and resilience against disease. Despite the complex web of factors driving accelerated aging, the opportunity for intervention is substantial. Implementing specific science-backed strategies can meaningfully slow and, in some cases, partially reverse biological aging. Key interventions include nutritional optimization, emphasizing whole foods rich in antioxidants, polyphenols, fiber, and healthy fats. Intermittent fasting, structuring eating windows to enhance autophagy and metabolic flexibility. Strength and cardiovascular training, engaging in regular exercise to preserve muscle mass, boost mitochondrial health, and improve insulin sensitivity. Stress management, practicing mindfulness, meditation, or breathing techniques to lower cortisol levels and protect brain health. Prioritizing sleep, aiming for 7 to 9 hours of restorative sleep to facilitate cellular repair and cognitive consolidation. Together, these practices form a comprehensive blueprint for maintaining vitality, functionality, and well-being long into later decades. Accelerated aging after 40 is not a predetermined fate. It is the result of identifiable, modifiable biological processes that can be influenced by informed, proactive lifestyle choices. Understanding the roles of cellular senescence, hormonal decline, oxidative stress, inflammaging, gut microbiome shifts, and mitochondrial dysfunction provides a foundation for action. By implementing targeted interventions rooted in the latest scientific research, it becomes possible not only to add years to life, but to add life to those years. Taking charge of one's biological aging journey starts with education, continues with daily action, and culminates in a stronger, healthier, and more resilient self, regardless of chronological age. For those ready to embrace the future of healthy aging, the journey begins today. If you like this video, you also enjoy this one that's appearing on your screen now. I'll see you there.